Thursday, April 9th. Anywho, let's get to the point. Say goodbye to the big classroom and seesaw. So I'm going to hop out of this really quick and remind you of what I'm talking about. If you enrolled in the whole grade science class led by Byrne, Krause, and Co. for the last couple weeks, that is now being inactivated. We're going to archive it. We're not going to use it. We're not going to post things there but as of tomorrow. We are moving you all back to your original classrooms by period by your individual teacher. Okay. Also, the Seesaw site, in which you were able to add, if you could get through or around the district blockage, activities and examples of what you did there. If you didn't, don't worry about it. Let it go. We're moving on. Again, neither of those things are graded at that point. Okay. Back to our list of items. So now that we're back to our original classroom, class returns next week. And what we mean by that is a period by period delivery system. It's not going to be a replication of the school day. In other words, you're not going to sit for 7 hours in front of a computer moving from period to period. What it is rotating days and rotating periods when teachers will be able to be in direct contact with you in one form or another. I'm going to guess the most common one right now is probably Zoom, but this is where you can reach out and have discussions. Mr. Abels will release through the Skyward system, messaging system, period by period schedule. So you'll know what days we're doing what. I will also follow up with a message to you about specifically science and when we'll meet based on periods. Registration for Cavallero. Don't forget, by the end of the day tomorrow, April 10th, they ask that you have your classes in Skyward, and that way you've got a schedule for next year. And finally, most importantly, learning is now opportunity over stress. What do we mean by that is we're going to deliver things for you to do. They will be assessed not in the way they were previously. It will lead to credit for classes. We don't know exact details yet, but we have a pretty good idea. And what I can tell you is that they're flexible for your situation. No longer should you be worried about whether you got 87% instead of 85%. Actually, you'd probably be worried if it was the other way. You got 85 and you wanted 87. Those small details are not going to be relevant, at least in science anyway. So relax. If you didn't do any of the previous activities, there's no need to rush and catch up. But what I can tell you is we will be involved with Amplify to some degree again, and we will open up, or I do encourage you, if you're sitting there for the next couple days until next week starts, wondering what you could do, you could go back into Amplify, and in that Matter and Energy and Ecosystems unit, make sure that you've completed each of those activities, because we did complete that final week before we left, way back March 13th. We had that entire week of flexible time to make sure that everybody got finished with the Matter and Energy and Ecosystems. So that one, in terms of updating grades, is kind of the way it was. And then we'll move on with more information for you and how things will be assessed. So with that, send you on your way. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself or others, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.